Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Jacob, Paulin. Still alive, but so I was just sitting here in this parking lot, and some creepy ass guy came up to my car, fucking side eyeing it, talking on the phone with somebody. And then as soon as he saw me see him, well, he was gone. You know, quick as the wind. These people are not fucking sneaky. I'm telling you, they're not. They're like I used to say they're sneaky as a snowstorm, right? I used to say that, and then I was saying they're half as sneaky, then a quarter as sneaky, then an eighth as sneaky. So I'll demote them again, once again, to 1/16th as sneaky as a snowstorm. All right. I don't know how many times I can say it. I mean, I know I can keep saying it until I'm dead, but I don't know how many times you guys need to hear it. But when I say that the Lord himself walks with me, I mean it. When I say that the truth is known to me and shall be known to me, that every truth which is within the will of the God of hosts for me to know is known to me and shall be known to me, I mean it. You guys just don't believe. That's just what it is. And you know what the really sickening part about it all is some of them proclaim even that they have faith, but they don't have faith. They have the facsimile of faith. They have surface level faith. They have faith only deep enough to fool themselves into thinking they have faith. But really they don't believe. And it shows in their actions. Like the Pharisees. Jesus said, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, for you tie off heavy burdens, hard to bear, and lay them on people's shoulders, and you are unwilling to move them with your finger. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you travel across sea and land to make a single proselyte. And when he becomes a proselyte, you make him twice as much a child of hell as yourselves." Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you do all your deeds to be seen by others. And you love the place of honor at feasts and being called rabbi by others. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you are like whitewashed tombs, which outwardly appear beautiful, but within are full of dead people's bones and all uncleanness. For you also outwardly appear righteous to others, but within you are full of hypocrisy and lawlessness. You build the tombs of the prophets and decorate the monuments of the righteous, saying, "If we had lived in the days of our fathers, we would not have taken part with them in shedding the blood of the prophets." But in your actions, you now and will reveal that you are sons of those who murdered the prophets You serpents. You brood of vipers. How will you escape being condemned to hell? I've tried only to help people. You know, I tried to get justice for that girl who they murdered. That they tried to frame me for. And nobody would help me. I tried to tell everybody of all the wicked things that they were doing. And nobody would listen. All the evidence I collected, nobody would look at it. And some even tried to steal it, to prepare their own defense against it. They've stolen from me. They drove me out of my hometown. They ruined my reputation. They got me fired from my job. They recorded me in my house, in the shower, in my bedroom, in my house. And nobody would help. Nobody would help me. And I went everywhere. I went to every law enforcement agency that exists in America. And none would help me. And some even worked against me. And some refused to do their due diligence. Because they were working against me. And even after I told them of all of this, none would help me. Nobody will help me. And so I had to flee the States. How can I build a life in the States when they ruin everything? They got me fired from my job. They prevented me from getting any other job. They tried to have me institutionalized. You know? By literally trying to make me a mental invalid. Literally draining out all my spinal fluid. That literally happened on camera. Medically documented. You should have seen the look on these people's faces when I walked in. Fine. Because God saved me. God saved my life. And they tried to poison me. On camera. Planning and plotting. In public. In the hearing of many others. And no one even tried to help me. My own family, they wouldn't help me. In fact, some of them even worked against me to help them, to help these terrorists. I tried to report a known terrorist, a known wanted terrorist. And when I did, they wouldn't even listen to me for the longest time. And when I finally gave them no choice, they still failed to do their due diligence. And I documented it all. I documented it all on video, on audio recording, on call recording. And nobody would even look at the evidence. And some of them even tried to copy it to prepare their defense. And I got them on audio recording claiming to be police officers, admitting to not doing their due diligence. Not in those words, but when I explained that they didn't do their due diligence and how they didn't even go back to try to check it out. They didn't even go back to do their due diligence. All right? And because they were recording me in my house, and when they heard about it, they tried to like replace me. They tried to replace me. They tried to make people think, they tried to make the public think that I wasn't me and that somebody else was me. Or somebody else was me. Whatever. Right? Even going so far as to try to call me by other people's names to see if I would respond to them. And like one time I was even like, what? And then they were like, oh, you responded, that's your name now. Fucking stupid. They're so dumb. That poor girl they murdered. Nobody even wants to help her get any justice. And they trafficked drugs and people and chemicals to make drugs and or weaponry, like chemical weaponry or explosives or whatever, you know. They trafficked it and are probably still trafficking it. They ruined my reputation. That everybody in my town convinced that I was some kind of pedophile. It's ridiculous. There's a fucking sex offender registry. If I had ever been convicted of such a thing, I'd be on that registry. I'm not. I would never do something like that. These people ruined my life. And they laughed all the while. Even celebrating when people would believe them. They would celebrate it in public, in hearing of me and many others. And when I tried to tell people, they wouldn't do anything about it. And I had to flee. I had to leave behind everything I ever had, everything I owned. I gave my car away, and I had to come here, to a completely different country. And they followed me even here. And still nobody will help. I'm almost out of money, so I gotta bring this rental car back tomorrow. And after that, I'll just be homeless on the streets, and I will likely die a stranger in this foreign land. And still nobody will help. So it is a beautiful land. But I'm a stranger here, and it's a foreign land. And I doubt anyone will even Suffer me to be buried in this earth. My enemies will probably rejoice over me. And still, even now, people look on and do nothing to help me. I've made peace with it. So, I don't want to put anybody in danger, so I'm just going to say I love you. All my heart. They'll know. The right ones will know. They'll know that I mean it for them. Anyway. Sorry, the lighting's probably not the best, and I know I probably don't look all that presentable because I'm just kind of sitting here in this parking lot. It is what it is. We all get to choose the quality of people we want to be. I've done the best I can. It wasn't good enough for anybody. I wasn't good enough for anybody. But you know, I'm just one guy and I'm not perfect. And sooner or later, they'll have their chance to assassinate me. I mean, I'm human too. I have to sleep. I have to sleep sometimes. And I won't even have this car to sleep in after tomorrow, so. Anyway. Goodbye. Praise the Lord.